gave your consent, you easily allowed them to access your cameras, your photos, your contact numbers, and your data. And when you did this, at the same time, you are trapping by them. And unstoppable events happens in such kind of lackness. So first, here that I want to mention here that don't try to be hurry. It's okay that you are on the internet. It's okay that you are using the social media because we can't live without that. And this one is the fact of today's life. That one single minute we can't use our brain without chat gpt. We can't use our hand without mobile phones. From the 5 month old children to 80 years old men using the mobile phones without knowing and how to use it, how to protect it, how to protect our data. And when someone uses your data, someone uses your personations, then you are blaming that why this happened to me. This kind of offenses always happen when we lack our awareness. Next slide, please. Impact, how this kind of offenses impact to us physically, emotionally, and financially. Here I had mentioned only two cases because of the PPT, but before going on to that, I mentioned you the real incident of one girl and a one boy. A girl who was studying in class 8th and enjoying a party in her friend's house. This was not a too old case. I think it is of a 2024 case. The girl was in 8th class, and without knowing, she's started to sharing their WhatsApp number to all the other friends, those who were standing in the party hall and enjoying the party. Someone has clicked her photos as uh, after that her photos was published by someone on the Instagram that she is a girl to whom I like her most. After that, the girl was trying to stop him, but he is started to stalking her, started to cheat her. The result is that the girl is from the well-being families and not this incident she has never shared with her parents, never shared with her uh, family, any family members, because that boy was stalking him anywhere he found. He uh, believes that she can be uh, her own, but after that has committed the suicide because she has no other chance. But in such a cases, the girl should have to share their own problems because this incident was not so much heinous. It's happened when we are living in the society. This incident must be shared by the girl with her parents first. If her parents were so strict or so orthodox, then shared any one of the family members or friends. But she never did this. Second incident, one person was a great fond of traveling all over the world. And for that purpose, he was used their own visas or ATM cards for the shopping purposes, for booking the tickets. Uh, for a 1 month, he had never traveled anywhere, but her bill was 50 lakh rupees. He was shocked that had never booked this kind of tickets, never booked this kind of hotels. So from where this money has come? Then he checked his own credit card. He makes the complaints to the bank account, but did not find the culprit. So many cases where we are not aware, we became the victim. Here is a case where a 30-year-old woman died by suicide in Uttar Pradesh, Bijnor in May 2026. She was the victim of digital arrest, a cyber fraud where scammers impersonate law enforcement on video calls to intimidate victims into staying online and paying money to avoid fake legal actions. If you have ever known, have you, if you heard about the digital arrest cases, in many cases, the person is 60 to 70 years old because they are trapping easily, and some of the persons who are traveling a lot, and some of the persons who are in a job. Uh, or many persons whose daughter or son living in the hostel, they can be trapped easily. So digital arrest is not any kind of definition, any kind of term that has been defined by the law. Digital arrest is a phenomena, yeah, is a perception that has been created by the criminals. It means that anyone can make a call. You as a police officers or as a CBI officers, and blocked you in a room, confined you in a room, that don't share your mobile number, that don't share your IDs, that don't tell anyone that you are in this room, and demanded them that they can free you if you paid such an amount. This is a digital arrest. So this 30-year-old woman who lived lonely in her house, a person called her as a police officer that his son was uh, arrested by us because of smuggling some kind of drugs on the airport, and you have to, we can free him if you paid us such amount of money. But because of the 21 days continuously confined in one room and not have such amount of money, she has committed the suicide. Second one case. Second slide, please. This one is a case of a 19-year-old student Faridabad. He committed suicide by blackmailing AI-generated obscene images and videos of himself and his sisters. Because by hacking his phones, created defect content using AI and demanded money, threatening to release the material online. This incident was happened in 2025. Here is some data. In India, 1.3% to 39.05% across different targeted demographics, overall prevalence of cyberbullying victimizations in India. But have you heard the suicide data in India by cyber victims? This is the 60%. Someone, someone lives can be saved, but sometimes they lose their life. This is the NCRB reports, and when you visited your nearby police stations, they will tell you the real picture. Okay, and sometimes it is not easy to find out the real person because on the internet, who was on the next, you don't know. Data theft has not been defined anywhere. If someone tapped your data, you are going to the police station for reporting the data theft. This kind of theft has not been registered by the police officers. Only they can protect your IP address and your mobile phones and your identity. So right to be forgotten is not the right to be safety. All is the myth that your privacy, your digital assets is the you get the protection. I am using the WhatsApp, I don't know who can see or you can hurt my who can see and who can downloading my pictures from the WhatsApp, who can download my pictures from the social media, and what happened to that. My only concern is that if you are sometimes as being a victim, it means Yaswant is a victim. As a victim, he can only do only one thing, that find out the reality, find out the facts, from where this kind of things started to happen. Whether I am sharing some pictures with someone, whether I am clicking some pictures with someone, don't be scared, don't be uh, backdoor your own identity. Enjoying the social media is your right, enjoying your privacy is your right, but all these are the myths on the social media platform. You can register 1930 on cybercrime portal. How many of you have visited the cybercrime portal anytime? Yeah, any incident that happens to you, because we all are the cyber victims, by calling, by receiving messages, by emails, by e-messages, we all are the cyber victims here. Sometimes we are blocked the messages, sometimes we are deleted the messages, but again we received the same messages from the different kind of numbers. So cyber is not a rocket science that anything can be changed in the one night. It is a day by day procedures and day by day the routine from early morning to late night. What you are doing with your mobile phones, whether you are uh, playing the games, whether you are chatting with your favorite persons, whether you are uh, downloading your pictures, whether you are clicking the pictures and post on the Instagrams or Facebook, all is the part of your enjoyment and your rights. But with it, that you have to take care, you have to aware about the post, from where and where you are posting it and with whom you are sharing it. Next. Yes, understanding modus operandi, current trends and safety tips. So India is the one of the largest number where internet connections are there. Because of this, Geo gave you the free data for some time. 128% tally density. Rural India has caught up with the internet with a tally density of 58% as of February 2024. According to Telecom Regulatory Authority of India. How many of you have downloaded the Sathi app? This is a Telecom Regulatory Authority of India. If you want to save your life from the unknown calls, Sathi app is the best portal. Why this happens? Lack of clear digital law. Because lack of clear digital law, I'm saying because we have only the IT Act and the Digital Personal Data Protection Act. Digital Personal Data Protection Act is a different law that is about the right to privacy, and the Information Technology Act is of the 2000. Now today is 26. This 26-year-old law is not effective in today's era. We have to bring some new laws. We have to learn from the other countries, from the European countries, US, that what kind of law our society needs, what kind of law of jurisprudence our citizen needs. Difficulty tracking down preparators, especially anonymous one. Exactly, because those who is behind the scene, we don't know to whom we track. The police officers can only possess the laptop, mobiles, but not the person. Limited training for law enforcement of cybercrime, but this time this one is going uh, uh, this one is one is a cyber forensic institute doing the good work on this. He is training the police officers and Rashtriya Raksha Nyaya Vishwavidyalaya. He is doing a good work on this. Trained the police officers for to and normalization of certain online abuse, especially among youths. Next slide. Modus operandi will contain three basic elements: ensure access of the crime, protect identity, and facilitate effective escape. Protecting people online requires a shared effort across. How? Modus operandi by what? By sending annoying messages, making offensive calls, by data theft, financial attacks, and hacking. So we have to ensure these unsuccessful attempt of the criminals. How we can ensure them? So how we can ensure them? By digitally education from an early age, public awareness campaigns by as did by the Naksh foundations, access to specialized psychological support, because every victim needs a psychological support. Uh, One thing that I want to share: psychological support. Man, I have heard from our management that they take the help of the AI features for their psychological support. And I asked them how. They told me that it gives them a very emotional feedback, that how to tackle your life, how to come out from your difficulties. A stronger legal framework, because we don't have any clear laws. Digital law is pending, so we need a stronger legal framework. And cyber security units, we need a trained police officers, uh, man versus female. We need from the both side, those can tackle their emotional physical balance. And with that, we need a separation of power between the web intermediary and the citizens. And the concept of separation of power is the check and balance. First check, then balance between the three tiers. And the last one. Next slide, please. This one is a message that I want to give. Cybersecurity tabletop exercises expose the gaps. You can have a beautifully written incident response plan, but if you don't test it, you will realize too late that key decision makers are missing when a crisis hits. If we miss them, then now we are the victimizations on the cybercrime. Now it's better to interact with each others. All these are from my side.
Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am, for such an enlightening session. This session has set a strong foundation for all of us, learners and practitioners. We are now opening the floor for questions from the participants. So, participants, please drop your questions in the chat. If you wish to speak, raise your hand and we will call you one by one. We'll take as many questions as time allows. So if anybody has questions, you can please post it or you can unmute yourself and speak.
Okay. One question is from Ritika. If someone posts a hate comments on someone's social media page, only one, two comments which caused mental agony, will it fall under cyberbullying? Can they be sued? Ritisha, it's depend on what kind of messages. Because if you know the Shreya Singhal versus Union of India case, two girls posts on their social media platform comment on the Balaji deaths. After that, under Article 32, writ petitions was filed, and it was said that it was the violations of Article 19 plus 1A of the Constitutions. And at that time, that girl was released from the jail, but Section 66A of the IT Act was struck down. But bullying is a case, if you are knowing about the bullying, what kind of message? Every message cannot be treated as a bullying. If this bullying message is affected you mentally, emotionally, or physically, then you must have to make the complaints. uh, Yashwant, if you can share the cybercrime portal.
Yes, ma'am. We can please.
Then I'm taking the second question. Any specific measures for, yes. uh, Now, one, register a complaint. Click on the register a complaint. Here is a three kind of registered. You can make the complaint on cybercrime portal. One is the women children related crime, second is the financial fraud, and third is the other cybercrime. Please click on the other cybercrime. If anyone affected by who is not women children related crimes and not a financial fraud, then you have to register the complaint on the other cyber crimes. Here are many cyber crimes that are related here. If you can click on it, you can find out the different kinds of cyber crimes and their details. And this one is a very important portal for all the cyber citizens, because every day they issues a public notices related to for the public awareness. But man, if you all notice that. Now the second one is Anjana ma'am. Is any specific measure for psychological support of victims of cybercrime? Many times females affected and children too. Yes, it is true that many females and children are affected by the cyber crimes. There is a psychological support by many NGOs, and by the many psychological clinical psychological clinics are in the metropolitan cities, not in the rural areas. So you can find out that one. And the next question, with the rise of AI driven cyber crimes like deepfakes and digital arrest scams, do you think existing? No, I don't think that there is any existing laws like the IT Act are sufficient. And because of this, there is a lot of problem facing by the digital arrest victims. Need for a completely new legal, yes, we need a new legal technological framework focused on the victim protection. And we also suppose some guidelines from the Supreme Court also, just like the DK Basu case, how the law can protect the victims from the cybercrime. Aditya Dhanraj, scammed money, golden hour to which scammed money is almost always lost. Uh, Aditya, if you have heard about the digital arrest money, here the victim is also a person who gave his consent to withdraw the money. And what kind of money you are going to freeze, whether you make by your own consents, yeah, by someone else, it's depend. And police can't help in this because this one is happened by the consent of the victims. If you victim were the innocent person, then police can do some help, because after a money loss of money more than 1 crore was strictly treated by the special CISF of the police task force, that is specially handled by the cyber trainers. And I don't think that there is any other options to get the money. And complaint will the issue to be taken to court depends on the situations, to whom you want to be taken into the court. By registering complaints, the only thing that police can do is to block your emails, to recover your emails, to recover your data. But to who, by whom this thing has been done, how police can know it? So before going into the court, you have to show that this one is the person who did all these things. And what are the common mistakes do cybercrime victims often make after an incident, and how can they avoid them? The most common mistakes that done by the victim is the raise their own anxiety, and they don't want to share their own problems with anyone else. Those who can solve their problem may be uh, in a better way. So you must have to show that don't become a victim. Be a person who can solve the problem, their own and the others. Yes, victim can take an action against the data breach done by a corporate agency. So many cases are there related to this. But we have to find out the intermediaries for this purpose. Any other questions?
I think like all the questions got addressed. Thank you, ma'am, for addressing every question with such clarity and depth. Your vast experience in academia, cyber law research, and digital governance has truly enriched this session. Today's interaction has significantly deepened our understanding of cyber awareness, the unique psychological targets of cyber criminals, and the powerful role of law, victimology, and human behavior in protecting society. Your guidance has been both inspiring and enlightening, ma'am.
Thank you,
With
Yashwant. And thank you,
yeah,
Naksh Foundations, for giving me this opportunity. And thank you, students, and those who are on the this social platform. Hope we are not become the victims. We become the safer of the on the social medias. And one last questions, I think in cases where cybercrime leads to severe psychological harm or suicide, should cyber offense be treated at par with physical crimes? Yes, it can be treated as physical crimes in terms of punishment and legal seriousness, because suicide is not a what suicide is not an incident that happened suo moto. It is an incident of so many serious things. So if you can find the real persons because of whom this thing kind of things happens, yes, you can take the legal action. Thank you,
Uh,
everyone. Huh,
Ma'am, with
yes.
this Sunday session, like we now come to the end of our program. We sincerely hope that today's discussion proved highly informative, enriching, and thought-provoking for everyone present here. On behalf of Naksh Foundation and Project Cyber Shield, we extend our deepest gratitude to Dr. Anita Yadav ma'am for conducting such an insightful session on the cybercrime victimology paradigm, understanding victims in the digital age. Your profound experience and lucid guidance and practical legal and policy perspectives have greatly enhanced our understanding of human vulnerabilities, evolving risk, and other criminal importance of timely awareness in safeguarding our digital ecosystems. Before we conclude, we would like to introduce Volunteer for Your Community Campaign 2026 by Project Cyber Shield. Cyber safety begins with awareness, and awareness begins with you. Through this initiative, anyone can become a change maker by conducting cyber awareness sessions in their own communities and helping people stay safe online. If you are ready to make an impact and be a part of this mission, simply scan the QR code displayed on the screen and fill out the registration form. So I request to scan the QR code displayed on the screen and fill out the registration form. We request all the participants to complete the post assessment form by scanning the QR code displayed on your screen. Please note that certificates will be issued only upon successful submission of the feedback form. If there is any query regarding the session or certificate, you can mail at event@naksh.org. Thank you for being part of this learning journey. We look forward to welcoming you again in our upcoming sessions. Until then, stay informed, stay vigilant, stay secure, and continue contributing towards a safer and more resilient digital world. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye and take care, and have a wonderful day ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I request